We're going to take a look now at task 20L. And what task 20L is a very quick look at using a function called HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP means horizontal lookup. Okay. It requires us to open up the file jobs.csv, which I have done. Column A needs to be widened a bit so we can see all the data in it. And let's widen these ones up over here just to make sure that I can see the text that is displayed in there. All right, so that's clearer. Insert formula in the description column, right? That is going to look up and display the job title using the job code as a lookup value. Basically, what's happening over here is that we are going to want to use this job code, take a look at this data that's placed above over here, and then return a description. Okay, so just return the job title based on the job code. So we need a formula that is going to look at this, check it into this range, and then extract the corresponding job title. So we will want to extract programmer from job code of 5. So let's take a look at it. Okay, we're going to use a function. I will use this over here. We want HLOOKUP, so we're going to type HLOOK. Right, comes up HLOOKUP. Okay, insert it. Right, here we've got quite a lot of arguments. Okay, so let's take a look. Lookup value. What must it do? Is the value to be found in the first row of the table and can be a value, a reference, or a text string. Okay, so we are going to look up the job code. We want to look up 5 in there. All right, so what are we going to look it up? In the table array. This is the table of text, numbers, logical values in which data is looked up. So we're looking for 5 within this range over here. Okay. I will come into changing to absolute values, absolute references a little bit later. But let's just finish the setting up of the function. Row index number. Okay, this is the row number in table array for which the matching value should be returned. Okay, the first row of values in the table is row 1. So in this table over here, we've only got 2, row 1 and row 2. It is looking for 5. Okay, number 5, which is in row 1, and we want to return the value in row 2. If we had a whole lot of different rows, then it might be 4 or 5 in which we want to return the programmer. In this particular case, it is row 2. So we'll choose 2 over there, tells us to do it, and we can see over here that we're getting programmer, so we know we're on the right track. And here, as a last check over here, you're always going to set it to be finding an exact match. You don't want it to find something nearly like 5. You want it to find 5 exactly. If it doesn't find it, it mustn't return a value. So we will set this to be false. Okay. And there we have it. Our function HLOOKUP has looked up the job code 5 in this range and has returned the value of programmer for us. So it's very clever. Now, taking a look at this, okay, if I click on my my formula bar, I can see the areas that this formula is looking at. Okay, it is looking at B6. It is also looking up at the range over here. Okay, if I copy this formula down and I leave all these things as relative, it means that as I copy down, the job code will be moving down, so that is fine. It'll be checking over here. I'll be checking this number, which is great, but it will also be moving my range down, and that is not what I want at all. So I need to make sure that I set this to be absolute. So click on there, F4, click on there, F4, enter, and it's still fine. So it's great. I can now double click to copy it down, and then always check the last one to make sure that it's correct. So I go into the formula bar and I can see that it's checking the number next to it, looking for number 2 in this range, okay, and should be returning engineer, and that is correct. So well done, we have done HLOOKUP. Save this as task 20L.